Okay, welcome to another edition of this NMB podcast with another title that we have yet to determine. I am Osaka Joe. I'm here with
Julia.
there you go. And we have a special guest.
Our good friend Andy.
Our good friend Andy, always here. Woo, party on. How you guys doing?
Tired.
I'm alright. I'm probably doing better than you guys are.
It's 10.
Yeah.
I never wake up this early.
I don't know how you do that. I like for this trip when I went to Osaka or Fukuoka, like I would always wake up at like 5 or 6. It was really weird. Like I'd go to bed at like 1 and wake up at 5, and I was like, "What are you doing?" You're like, "Awake." I can't help it. Right?
You live in the the early life.
Yeah. Along with all the other kids. Anyway, so this episode, what we will talk about are our concert experiences while Julia looks on longingly and complains that she's not here. I guess we'll just jump right into it because there's a lot of topics to talk about within these concerts. So first of all, I guess we'll talk to Andy because you went to all the team's concerts, right?
Yeah, so I went to Team M's at Namba, and then I went to Team B2's at Nagoya, then obviously Team N in Tokyo. But
Man.
I only went to the first day of each one because that's all I can go to.
Yeah. Yeah.
All you
So
can
so which was the
afford,
first
or-
concert you went to?
So the first one was Team M, right? It was like the 1st of March.
And this was in Namba?
Yeah, this was a Namba Hatch, so it was a little bit different from the finals that we went to. It was a different location.
All right.
It's
So
a
how
lot
was that
s-
concert?
It was pretty good. It's much smaller than the one we went to in the final. So it's only about like 1,000-ish. And what was really good was I really liked about that one was they had a special intro, which was something they didn't do at the final. So you know how all the teams they usually do like an intro just at theater, like self-introduction. But like this
Mhm.
one is like they started off with like a really cool tempo. It's like a jazz tempo. It's like da 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 da. Then they will like come out and like say some like cool things. Like they will like do a self-introduction that's different from their usual one. And suddenly
Okay.
like the spotlight would like come down on them and they would have to finish it with like a killer sentence, like a killer ending. And everyone would just go like crazy, and then the tempo will keep going on, and it'll be like the next person will show up and do the same, and they'll do that for like everyone, and it was really cool because everything was new. It wasn't like like the typical na 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 everybody yay
Yeah.
Nagisa. It's more like different. It's more different.
So was that like at the start of the concert, or was that like,
It was well they
or
I
was
think
that like
they
after they did their songs?
I
And
think
that was the
they
introduction?
they did like it's just like a normal theater. They kind of did a few songs first, then they did introduction.
Okay.
So it was like a musical intro.
Yeah, so it was very different. It's like that's the first time I've ever seen something like that. Like it's something so simple, but it's different because it's different and so tacky. It's tacky at the same time. It's like, oh, this is really fun and cool, and I don't know what to expect next.
Okay. Was there any standout performances from that concert?
Stand-up performances. So in the beginning, it also obviously was Rachel. She did the what's it called? What's her name also does? Konomi.
Oh,
What's that called?
which
Dokuyen?
one? Oh, I didn't look at the set list. So
No,
I
no, it's
don't
not
know.
the
I have no idea.
setters, but I mean, like, you know how Konomi before a concert, she always does this Dokuyen kai?
She does? I didn't know that.
Yeah, like she,
Oh.
yeah, this is
Okay. I remember them talking about it at the concert or at the one we went to, the final, where like every team did something.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, so she did a Dokuenkai.
Yeah, so Rachel was her first time doing Dokuyen kai. So she was obviously doing a lot of gags and stuff like that. Like, I probably got like only about like 80% of them. Like the other 20 is like, what the hell she's talking about? But like, well, that's what it is when it's not your like mother tongue. It's like, what the hell? Like, why are they laughing? Like, like I'm just standing there
Oh,
like
man, it's
I'm
too
just
real.
yeah I'm just standing there like okay like oh yeah I'm just gonna laugh like everyone else like. But yeah, so she did that. But she did a pretty good job. So I really like that. So, like, and she was telling people like she actually like was in the industry, like the whole like entertainment industry when she was like really, really young. Like when she was like
Mm.
4 or 5 years old or something like that.
Did she say what she did?
She did, but I can't really remember. I think she was like a short commercial for like kind of like you know how Akari was in a commercial for USJ too.
Oh, okay.
So I think she did
Oh, I
something.
didn't know that.
Something small like that.
Yeah, something small like that. Like she was just like in a little short advertisement, maybe in the photo or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, what else about that concert was cool?
Well, you know, obviously they did the 13 singles like nonstop
Yeah.
from like you know this first single up to all the way to like Must Be Now.
Uh-huh.
So,
Also, they did it in sequence?
yeah, they did in sequence. So it was like a medley. They didn't stop. It was just like one song after the other ones, like until like
dang.
all full 13 songs is over.
But I mean, they started from like the first one and then like did it chronologically to the 13th one?
I don't know if they actually started from the first one. I think they actually started from like this Oh My God, then they kind of moved back a little bit to like Junjo, then they went back to the like the fourth, fifth, sixth after Virginity.
Well, oh my God is second, then Junjo's third.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah. But
I don't remember.
I don't. Let me look at this list. Okay, so yeah, I don't know. So yeah, I think like it was only after like Virginity that I'm like, okay, this is like actual in chronicle order because it went like Virginity, Kirakage, Kenji, and then Yurika, right?
Okay.
And Kamonegis. So that one was, you know, it's pretty cool like that they do it like that, but I mean, it's a single like they're just single songs. Which you hear all the time in almost every concert, even an AKB concert, because that's all they do.
Right.
Because those are the only songs people know.
Yeah.
So to me, it was not all that special, but
Mm-hmm.
it was kind of cool to see them getting like really tired. Like by the time they got to Don't Look Back, you can see like Momoka was just like there's like one part in Don't Look Back where they can do their own thing, and like. No, Don't Look Back. It was like Durian Shonen, right? So you know Durian Shonen, there was one part where the girls are just playing with each other. So like Momoka was just like, like
I'm just gonna catch my breath.
she's just taking her time and just like breathing heavily and just like chilling behind someone else. It was kind of funny because like after they finished, Momoka was talking about how tired like that's what she was doing at Durian Shonen and during Must Be Now during Don't Look Back she thought she was gonna die because the last 3 songs are like the really tiring one, like we have Don't Look Back, Durian Shonen, and Must Be Now, right? So like those 3 are like near the end, so they're already like near the limit, but they'll have to do like that extra
And then
more.
it's like the hardest part.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how long was like the whole like 13 single medley?
I don't know how long exactly, but I mean like a normal concert, they never actually performed the song full. So it was like the concert version. It wasn't like short. Maybe it was like a 75%.
Oh, okay.
So like in concert they
but still like a good amount of time for each.
Yeah,
song.
so like I mean if you think like a song is like a minute and a half, 13, I mean that's still quite a bit. That's still like these like 15 minutes, right?
Yeah.
I can see how they got dog tired.
I was gonna say, it's funny because you're like, oh, everybody knows the singles because like I always feel like when you know, because okay, I like the unit songs, right, or I like team songs even, but like when the single like medley starts, like man, like it's just like a completely different kind of energy. Like everybody knows the songs, everybody knows when to chant, everybody know who's singing, so they know whose name to chant.
Yeah, I mean that's a good thing about like single songs, right? Because everybody know how to mix whose name to call.
Yeah.
But I mean, if they only do that, it's kind of boring, though, to be honest.
Yeah, that's why I like how they mix it up. But like you could tell, like when they put this, they always put the singles at the end, right?
Yeah.
Like after the unit or after whatever special thing, then there's like the singles medley, and then everybody usually gets pretty hype. I really like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's it for the M concert. Anything else?
No, I think that's like the also obviously also M they were doing special solo for every member in Team M.
Wow.
So
I remember seeing like Ayateen doing Dear J, and I was like, what the heck?
Yeah. So the thing is, so their whole special tour, the special thing they're doing, other than the stuff I talked about, is that they're doing a solo for every single member. So like in each show, they will do like 6 members, like 6 random members, and they will all pick a solo song for them to do. Obviously, it's not a full solo song either. Maybe about like like again like a 1 minute ish thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Um,
TV version.
yeah. So like I actually had a talk with Ryan about that. Ryan, he actually doesn't like that. Like Ryan.
What?
Ryan, he doesn't like the fact that everybody gets a solo because he feels like it loses the whole point of a solo.
But there's only like 16 members for like the team.
I guess so.
concert.
I guess so.
Like, what else are you gonna do?
Yeah, I know. It's like I wasn't really upset or anything like that. I was just kind of like, but you know, some members when they did the solo, you're kind of like, there's a reason why you don't give them a solo. Like, yeah,
Harsh.
that sounds really
Man,
mean.
shots fired.
Yeah, that sounds really mean, but it's true, right?
Let's not name
I'm
any
like-
Yeah.
It's just like you just watch it, you're like, oh, okay, okay, like you just kind of forget after.
Good try.
Yeah, like they don't have the charisma to carry the song
Yeah.
on their own.
Yeah, like when Mao Kyun did it, and she did like a song like I think she did the voice casting for one of the AKB cartoons, I think anime.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she did like a song from that, which I didn't watch, so I didn't know the song at all. And apparently she did a song for that, and I was just like, okay.
Do you think had you known the song, you might have enjoyed it a little bit more?
Probably, maybe, but then again, it's Mao Kyun, right?
I don't know, dude. Now, people get hyped for Mao Kyun though.
Yeah, but it's a different type of hype, not when she does solo. Yeah, it's just like when Mao Kyun's gonna do like MC or something, everybody's like, Mao Kyun. But like, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can see that. Alright, so since we both went to B2 concerts, let's have you talk about the end concert first. And I know they opened with a band, and they did it for the final concert too. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, so they did open up with a band. But since the end I went to was already their second location, so their first location was Sapporo, right?
Uh-huh.
So like, no, Hokkaido, yeah, Hokkaido, Sapporo, I think. So like, the set list was already out, so I already knew they were gonna do band, because they did band for both days, and I knew they were gonna do band in Tokyo as well. So obviously, when I went to Tokyo, they started off band. It was just like, okay, like, I don't know, I wasn't very impressed. Like, it was good, but it wasn't like good.
Mm-hmm.
Really? Because I really liked it when they did it in Osaka. Like, I was like, oh, this, like, it's not that I'm like impressed that, oh, look, this girls can play instruments, but like, I don't know, I just like have a real respect for like concerts that use instruments. Like, even like if it's like a solo artist, when they bring a live band, like I think that's really cool.
No, it was yeah, go ahead.
So like, yeah, when they performed it themselves, I was like, oh, this is really cool. We get live instruments, and like they performed Ha, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I really enjoyed it. Like, I really like that. Just having live instruments for a musical performance makes like a huge difference to me.
So more like the principle of using a live instrument during your performance.
It's not just the principle. It's just that like it's cool. Like, there's live instruments, right? Like, oh god, where did I go? Oh, I don't remember. But well, for the Momoclo concert I went to, they had a live band. That was pretty cool. Like, I enjoyed that.
But they were like professional live band, right?
Yeah. But still, like, it's just like, you know, for a concert, it's nice to have actual instruments instead of like a synth track that you
Oh yeah, I agree. But I mean, just like that's what I meant. Like, I liked the fact that they were doing instrument, but I wasn't like, it wasn't groundbreaking because you were not professional. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you just kind of like, it's just like watching like a high school. It's probably even worse than the normal high school band, really. But like it's kind of like that. You're just kind of like, oh yeah, my idols can play instrument. That's pretty cool. And they don't suck, like, give me 5, you know, like in what AKB did with Give
They're
Me
not
5.
terrible.
They're not terrible.
Oh god,
They're not,
Give Me 5.
yeah, Give
That
Me
made
5
me
was
so
like,
mad.
like, you don't even know what they're playing. But like this one is like, oh yeah, everybody actually knows what they're doing. But
Yeah.
but I mean, like, so that was really cool. But it wasn't groundbreaking. And I'm saying that I'm not sure if it's because we've already seen it before, because we've seen it during the 5th anniversary.
Right.
Yeah.
We
So it's
did?
not as novel.
Of course, we saw just not N only. Like we saw with like Azusa, Momoka, they had a band. That's why you know how the Yuri calendar.
Only went to did I only go to the first day or the second day?
Oh,
yeah, right. I missed the first day.
Yeah, no, you didn't go. Yeah, you didn't do the first day, but I think they did on the 3rd day too.
All I remember is Nagisa on the piano. So.
Oh, okay. So anyway, they did do it at the anniversary too. So like that's why
Okay.
I wasn't like, oh, it wasn't anything too new to me. Anyway, so okay, we're talking about N, right?
Yeah.
So I think that was their biggest thing was the band.
Uh-huh.
Like if you look through all the set list, I think their biggest thing is the band, and I think and Team N is the only one that didn't have any opening. So you know how like B2 we have Lemon, right? So after we can talk about that.
Oh yeah.
And then DJ Asus, and M we have like DJ Azusa and Rachel. Like there's an opening, like someone who opens up. For
It's like a
team,
warm-up act or something.
yeah, like a warm up act. But for Team N, it's just like straight off band, which I can understand because you know they have to set it up and everything, so they have to have time.
Yeah.
Logistically, yeah, it makes more sense.
Yeah, so it just starts off at the band. It's cool, but yeah, that's about it. Like that's why after the show, like because Ryan and Jason, they were also at the Team N. So after the show, I was telling them that I feel like because Team N was the last team I saw, and it was like the team that I got hyped about the most. But then when I finished the show, I was kind of like I don't know if they actually did better than the other two teams in terms of contents. Like band is cool, but that's all they had, I think.
Like not as cool as like the jazz intro for which is B2
Yeah, and then later when we talk about
no.
B2 medley, right?
Or M,
and then
sorry.
M we have obviously having the intro, then we have the solos, like just what they have to offer for something different for the live house.
Uh-huh.
So I thought N was kind of lacking on that.
Okay.
Was the
What
band
about-
setup the same as the one they had at the finale in Osaka?
Yes, pretty much the exact same. Like
Okay.
I wasn't paying too much attention, but like in the finale, maybe Joe during the finale, like was there only Team N members playing the band?
Yeah, there was only Team N members in
So
the
then
band.
I guess yeah.
Yeah.
So I
So
guess
basically, in the beginning of the concert, they had each team perform something, and N chose to use their band.
Ah, okay.
well, that's all they have.
Okay.
Yeah, so like there's not too much for me to talk about for N. Like I don't know. I didn't really like N all that much.
Oh.
It was fun, but I mean, compared.
Were there any units that stood out or like anything like that?
Oh man, I don't remember.
Okay. Yeah, it was a long time ago, right? Like the last.
It
Was
wasn't-
before Nagoya?
No, it was this third one. So it wasn't actually.
Okay.
It wasn't all that long ago, and that's what I mean. Like it's not that memorable, like to me, because like out of all the ones I've watched, let me quickly see the set list. Okay. And no one even posted set list. So
Yeah.
Horrible.
They can't even remember. Like after the concert's done, they're like, "Oh, what did we
They forgot it
perform?
all.
Oh no."
okay, so I'm just like reading at the set list, and Hokkaido is probably the same. No, there's nothing. I don't freaking yeah. There's nothing. There's nothing
No.
amazing. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, they had what is it? They had Aika Center Dazai. Didn't they do something for her
It
on
wasn't.
the Tokyo Day?
I don't think it was. I don't think it was Aika that was center though.
Well, just pretend
Aika's
it's
was
her.
was in a different position. It was the three, right? But I don't think it was Aika center.
I'll just pretend that it was.
Because I know you posted a screen cap, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you're like,
I was
oh, Aika center. I was like, when I saw it, I was like, oh, I think that was just that one moment they rotated and she was in a center. But I don't
That's
want.
alright.
I don't want to break it to you.
But don't burst his
That's
bubble.
alright. I don't care. My bubble's too strong.
Don't burst it.
It's not even a bubble. It's a gigantic metal sphere. Okay. Anyway, didn't they do something for her on the Tokyo Day though?
I didn't. Well, the thing is, I didn't do. Okay, so like on the first day, they were already kind of prepping the whole Aika thing because they were talking about how. Oh, Aika was talking about how this is her last tour with N,
Uh-huh.
just N, right?
Uh-huh.
Because it is, right?
Yeah.
So there was a little bit of Aika call already at the time. It was like people were like going, oh, Aika. You know, it was kind of already like that. But they didn't do anything especially for Aika. At least maybe for the second day, but I wasn't there for the second day, so I
okay.
I don't know that.
Okay. I thought they had. So they did 2 days in Tokyo as well.
Yeah, they had 2 days in Tokyo.
Okay. All right. Well, if you say there's nothing special, then
Well, I'm pretty sure like
Except for the
Ryan
band.
probably picked up a lot more because like with Yudi and stuff like that. But like for me,
Yeah.
it was okay.
but Sayaka, man, don't you like Sayaka?
Yeah, but I mean like Sayaka centering everything is just kind of like it's just like a usual thing.
It's the norm.
It's the norm. It's like nothing.
All right. So last we have B2. You went to the first day of Nagoya. I went to both days of Fukuoka.
Yeah, so you tell me you talk about your Euros and I'll just kind of just throw in what happened.
All right. Well, okay. So first of all, like the first day of Fukuoka was like really bad for me. Like, first of all, like I had junior high school graduation that day, and like, first of all, like I'll talk about graduations in Japan, but like they practice like for like 2 weeks, so they'll have like. They'll have like 3 periods for like the whoever the graduating class is. Those 3 periods they'll just be practicing, so they have to like walk properly, bow properly, be perfectly synced when they receive their diploma from the guy. They have to like follow a certain order of like which arm to put out first. Man, it's like really intense.
Jeez.
And then they practice like there's like a structure to it too. So like they walk in, everybody has to clap a certain way. People sit and stand. It's almost like church. And then like. At the end, like, there's like some speeches that everybody reads, and then like the classes will sing songs to each other. So like the first and second years, or first to third, I think it's first to third years sing to the first and second years, and then vice versa. And then it's like really sad. Like you can see all the parents crying. And then I was there, and I was just like, I don't really know these students that well, and I felt really bad. And then like after the graduation finished, like they're all like, oh, let's take pictures with like all our friends and stuff, and like no one went up to me, so I was like really sad. And then it's like, oh, time to go to like the Fukuoka concert. So you have to fly from Tsushima all the way to Fukuoka, and then I didn't know where to pick up my tickets. And then like I didn't really know where the concert venue is the first day, and so we ended up getting to the concert venue like I think it started at 6, so we didn't get there till 5:40. We had pretty good ticket numbers, but by then everybody was already in, so we just had to step in the back. So we already got there. DJ Lemon or Ichikaro Miori was doing a set or whatever she was doing. So we walked in on the middle of that, and that was okay. I thought it was all right. I don't really remember too much from it. I do remember that like she would play, like what she does is she recorded herself singing certain songs, and then like she would just mime it out. And I believe she did that for the final day 2 days ago as well. So that was okay. B2 opened up. One thing that really confused me still, and still does, is the Team B2 Oshi song. Cause like for me, like it's not like Team B Oshi where you know everybody's order and you know who's going, like what order they're doing, and they used to perform it a lot too. So like everybody's catchphrase when they're going, and it's usually like a pretty hype song for just regular Team B Oshi.
Right.
Team B2 Oshi, there's like more than 16 members, and then like you don't know who's going up, and you don't know all their catchphrases, and it's really hard.
Yeah, but I mean like
It's more of a challenge.
Yeah, but I mean like I guess if you always listen to B2 Oshi, I guess it'll be easier. I don't know, like because since I started from the AKB, so obviously I know Team B Oshi, the song better than Team B2 Oshi. So like a lot of the members, and it's also the mix is also a little bit different, right? So like in Team B2 Oshi, you kind of just say what they say at the end. For B2, you kind of say their name. You be like, for example, like you go like Aika, Aika, and something like that. So it's quite different. Yeah.
Well, first of all, Aika's not on Team B.
That was an example. That was an example, right?
I don't know, but I mean, like for B Oshi, right? Like, because obviously that was like a legendary time.
Yeah.
So like if somebody left and they put somebody in, they would just have them take their spot.
Yeah.
Well, for B2 Oshi, like certain like parts of the song are lengthened because there's more than 16 members, and then you don't know the order that they're going in.
Yeah.
And you don't know their catchphrase, and like unlike B Oshi, which was like for every single B stage, so like everybody knows B Oshi. I know B Oshi. I didn't even like AKB that much. But for B2 Oshi, since they like almost never do it, like you don't know which order they're in and who to cheer for and when the mixes are, and I feel like that was kind of evident at the concert. But
yeah, like people were like not sure what to say for some of the members.
Yeah. And then some of the timing's different too. So like some people you just say what's at the end, whereas like Emichi is like she starts from ue kara yondemo, shita kara yondemo, and then like that timing's earlier. It's just like, oh man. Anyway, what else is at the concert? Dear Jay by Miruki.
Yeah.
That was okay.
That was okay. I was obviously I was hyped, but it was just like, okay. Like, it's another one where it's just like, okay, like, yeah, I'm really happy. Miruki gets a solo. It's Dear J. It's kind of cool. I don't think she's ever done that before. Has she done Dear J before? I don't know.
I don't think.
I don't think she have. So I was kind of new. So I was like, oh, that's really cool. But then again, like, Dear J is so overly done by like literally everyone. So
it was less cool because of that.
yeah, like almost like everyone. You think like especially like AKB concerts, like almost every single senbatsu have done Dear J.
Okay.
Continue.
I don't know. Just like reading the set list, I'm like, I don't remember a lot of these.
See, it's hard. It's hard.
Yeah. Well, okay. It's like Oni no Uawaki was
talk
like.
About Zipper. Jipa. Flat chest Zipper.
Okay. Yeah, flash chest Zipper with Ume-chan, Enoki or Konomin and Ichida Anton. Oh man, how come I don't remember their names? Anyway, yeah, that was okay. I thought it was funny. There's like this one part, like okay, like in Zipper, right, when they take off their clothes and then they turn around and they like dance all. They do all the dancing and they try to look all sexy and stuff, right? And then for like this flat chested one, they just looked really disappointed. They're just like, ah.
Yeah, that was super funny.
Oh man, I was laughing so much at that part. Even though I was in the back, I was just like, what's going on? What's going on? I'm like, oh look, they're here. Like, and I was like trying to figure out like why did they pick that senbatsu, right? Like from the beginning. I was like, what? Why is it those three? Like they don't really. And then like they do the stripping part. I'm like, ah, I see now.
Now I get it.
Yeah, and then there's like there's like not an MC, but like at the end, like Komi is like, man, what do I have to be included with you guys? And they're like, because you're flat chested like us. Wait, no. Then next, after the units were pretty forgettable, I guess. Besides that,
did you have Muranaka centering on you?
Yeah. It was funny because like they had the 3 second gen draft members do Oni.
Yeah, so it was like Ando, Yasuda, and Muranaka, right?
Yeah. The thing is I didn't really know them.
Well, I don't really know them either. Like, but I've seen them around, like especially like Ando, like because I've seen her in theater, and also there's Runaway-chan because like everybody seems to be really hyped about on T-list. So like, otherwise I wouldn't really even like know who Muranaka is. Like, I don't think she has that attract. I don't have that kind of attraction for her. Like. So I never really pay attention to her, but like it's because like everybody on T-list is like so hyped over her, like Runaway-chan, and like so like I kind of just like my eyes kind of just like kind of shift to her that way then now. So like when she came out, I was like, oh yeah, Runaway-chan is center for Onyu. But like if it wasn't for that, like I wouldn't even care. I was just like, oh yeah, 3 drafty doing Onyu, like
yeah. Well, for Eddie, like I didn't know who she was before the show. When she introduced herself, I was like, "Who is this person? Like, when did she join the group?"
I knew her because I saw a B2 at the theater, and like the person I went with was I don't know why he was pretty hyped about her. So he keep calling her name. I'm like, "Who the hell is this girl?" Like, but yeah, go on.
All right, so next was there was also Hata no Dokusenken with Nagishi.
Oh yeah, that was good. I liked it.
Yeah. Actually, from like the whole concert, like I started liking both of them like a lot.
Like you actually see like out of all the couplings, like all the shipping couples, like they actually like each other.
Yeah.
Like Fumiru is kind of awkward. Samiruki is super awkward.
I think Fumiru is like the worst.
They're awkward.
I think that's like the absolute worst. It doesn't look like they like each other.
Yeah, but like it's like. And every time they say something like on stage, like even at the final, they try to say something the same, and then they fuck up.
Oh yeah.
Like so, like that's their whole gig. Like they can't even synchronize.
Yeah, but now I really like even individually, like I both came to like really like them after the B2 concerts. Yeah, especially Nagisa. Like, it's so weird because like when she performs, I think she's like super good.
Yeah.
Like she dances well, she sings really well. But then like when it ends and like she starts talking, you're just like, God, dude, this girl's so stupid.
I know, like when she performs, your eyes just can't, like, you just keep looking at her. But then the moment,
She's really
yeah,
good.
like during MC, like she starts saying, well, I mean, like during MC, she's pretty good now too, like, but for saying stupid things.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. But it's just like, but it's like such a contrast. Like when you watch her performance, right? When she needs to look cool, she looks really cool. When she needs to look cute, she looks really cute. And like her expressions are really good. Her dance is on point. And when she talks, she's just like dumb as rocks. And like, it's funny, but it's just like compared to her performance, like, argh.
I know. I think it's cool because it's like, you know, she's a good charismatic performer, and then like the contrast when she's actually talking, it's like big and different, but like different like in a good way.
Well, if
'Cause
it were
it's
me,
more
I'm
unexpected.
just saying for me, like if they were unified, like I would like her like a lot. But like since it's so, like since she's so stupid, I'm just like,
I don't know, I like it
Yeah.
because I like the gap,
Oh.
like the whole Japanese
Yeah.
gap thing, like she's so cool on stage, but like when she talks, you're like, oh yeah, so she's just like some dumb girl, like it's just, like it's actually really cute. And during MC now, like she's so good at saying dumb things, it makes MC really funny.
Okay,
Maybe
and
she's
then
just pretending to be dumb, and she's just a secret genius.
no, you have to be really good to pretend to be that dumb. Just like when people are like always complaining about like the AK bro, they're like, oh, they're not really like thinking that way. That's just like how management wants them to act, so they act that way. And I'm just like, man, have you seen their acting? That's not very good.
They're professional actors.
All right, next is the crown jewel, in my opinion, of all the tour, which was the B2 medley.
Yeah.
Which I didn't watch.
Yeah. Just go home now. Just go home.
I'm already there.
Damn it. No, yeah, the medley I think was really good. We had a non-stop medley during 5th anniversary, right? And I was just like, this is the coolest thing.
Yeah.
Like, I like how they always perform back to back, and they just mix in, and like they have 64 something girls, and so like it really works well when they change into different teams and just perform non-stop. The music changes, so they have like different tempos, different beats, different dancing. They have transition periods with transition dances in between the songs. God, it's so good.
Yeah, it was really good. Like, so when I finished watching it, obviously, I think I tweeted about it, but like, no one could understand. I was like, oh yeah, that was a really sick B2 melody, and this was even before you watched it. So like,
Yeah.
no one, everybody was just like, oh okay, like you think everything is cool. Like that's what Nathan said. Nathan was just like, oh, you think everything was cool, so we just take it as a grain of salt. Like fuck him. But like, it was really,
Whoa.
but it was really
Whoa.
good. Like after
Yeah.
you watch it, you understand. Like, and we watched it live, so it's just that much better.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was. Really
Is it was it the same exact one as I did in 5th anniversary?
No. Fifth was I forget what they did for 5th, but like the B2 medley was all B2 songs except for the beginning, which was Must Be Now.
Okay.
Which is like, I mean, like in the anniversary they did a lot of Aka Shirogumi. So
Mm.
it was a little bit different. So this B2 medley, I think it was even cooler. This one was because they did a lot of mixes.
Yeah.
Like they did a lot of like remixes, a lot of techno stuff, and like they're just playing with a lot of the core. I don't know how to say it, but like in between, it's really cute how they mix between both songs. It works choreography wise too.
Yeah, I like, for example, Kimi ni Yarareta.
Yeah.
That song, like the tempo is really fast.
Yeah.
Compared to the normal
Yeah, they
one. And I really like
Yeah,
that.
they sped up tempo. It's like da 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 da.
Yeah. And then for Romanticus No.
Oh, I love that one.
Yeah, there's like a part where like they just stop in the middle and then they play like this ticking sound. Oh my god, that part's so
Tick
sick.
tick tick. Yeah, so it's like a broken clock.
Yeah. And then Stani Nante Naritakunai at the beginning, like they do some robot stuff. Or like and like all this like camera flashing, like dance move stuff. It's really good. Like it's disgustingly good.
Yeah.
Disgustingly good.
Disgusting.
Like they didn't just think about.
I watched it.
Yeah, they didn't just think about the song. They think about it visually as well.
Yeah, and it's visuals. They also included like some, for example, like there's this one transition period where like everybody's like, I guess it's like the Nutcracker, right? Where like Lemon's like leading everybody, and so she was, they allowed her to include like her little, what is Doraemon ni Naritainen or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They put that as part of the dance move, and then like, and she's like conducting like both teams as they like transition off the stage, and the next team comes in. So like it's like very unique to B2. The choreography was done by Konomin too.
Nice.
So that was really good. I really enjoyed that. I'm really glad it made it to the stream. I really like the 5th anniversary medley too, which is also done by Konomin.
Yeah. So like you said, Joe, it was a little bit different. So looking at the set list, so they took off Must Be Now. I think they also took off Nande and Idol.
Wait. Oh yeah. Oh wait.
So they start off with
not for the medley. Nande and Idol wasn't in the medley. It was all B2 songs. It was all the B2 team songs actually.
You sure? It felt like they connected all in one go. At least for mine, it was like they start off with Must Be Now, then they did all their stuff, and then I think after the Kokoro no Myoji, I think they did right away Nande and Idol.
Oh okay. Anyway, that to me that was really good. I'm glad I saw it 3 times. Well, twice, and then the third time was like kind of. It was like half of it, but it was still really good.
Watch it.
Right, what else?
I'll have to watch it, man. I need to find it. Did they do it in
version.
the finale?
Yeah,
No.
the last show.
Yeah, they did it in Ume-chan's one.
Okay, I'll watch that one later. Sorry, guys. I cannot add.
Alright, and... Huh.
Also, what do you think about Miruki and Haruna doing Nande and Idol?
I didn't like it. It's too weird to me.
Like, who do you think?
What makes it weird?
Yeah.
It's just like, I don't know, because it's like somebody's song, and then you just put somebody in there. It just doesn't feel right to me, and especially because it's Miruki too. Like I was just like,
who would have been better?
I don't know if anybody would have been better.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of
that's all I can really say. Yeah, it's just weird to I guess to even include that song.
Well, I mean,
not even like if it was like just a totally different duo.
Well, because that song has always been, unless it was like Saya Miruki, has always been like Haruna and Kanakichi. So like putting somebody in place of Kanakichi feels weird. Subbing both of them out when Haruna's still there is also weird. So.
I think they did that 4th. Like it was like Renyan and somebody else.
Oh yeah. They had different. Well, I think at that time they had different pairs doing it as well.
Okay.
But since this is
so
B2 concert,
okay.
yeah, since this is B2 concert and Haruna's already there, like you can't. It's hard when like her pair has always been Kanakichi.
Right.
I thought it was weird. It's not like I was like instantly turned off. I was like, ugh, not Dan and Idol without Kanakichi. I don't want this. I'm leaving the venue.
Right.
I'm getting out of here. See you guys later. Okay, yeah. The second day was I don't know why the set list is different, or I can't find the second day set list. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong thing. But the second day set list, it was Ume-chan's last performance in Fukuoka, and she's Fukuoka hometown. So they did a lot of similar things from the concert 2 days ago. But one thing that that like really hit me was like when they were doing, what is it, Dakeshime something.
Ikenai.
Dakeshime chai Ikenai.
Dakeshime chai.
So when they did that song, well, first of all, they said that song wasn't originally going to be included in the B2 tour, but then they're like, oh, we're in Fukuoka, let's just put it on. Or yeah, we'll put it on for Ume-chan because we're gonna go to Fukuoka. So like the second day when they did that song, there were these Ume-chan chants, and they were like really loud, and then it continued way past the part when it was supposed to like end. So it was like really emotional and stuff. And then like when the lights came on, you could see everybody had like tears in their eyes and stuff. It was pretty brutal. And then I like everybody except Ume-chan. She's just like, oh, I'm old now. I don't have to. I don't need to cry.
I'm too old for this shit.
And then I remember Konami, and she's like, yeah, every time I hear this song, it always makes me want to cry. And then like Ume-chan's like, oh, you better cry when you do it at the final. But yeah, that's pretty emotional. And then one thing I thought was funny is that if you watch like the concert 2 days ago, like I think people were gonna do that, right? Like for a song, they were just gonna keep chanting, even though like the time for her chant was supposed to be over. And it was supposed to be like really like I was like, oh man, this reminds me of Fukuoka. I'm getting like really emotional again. And all of a sudden Funashi comes out. It's just like, oh man,
God.
what the hell's going on?
No, yeah, I was watching that, and then like, not like Nagisa's like full on bawling, and she's like still trying to sing, and then like Konomi's getting all teary, and then like Shu's like getting all like clearly upset, and then freaking Funashi comes out like jumping out with his weird body. Like, trying to be all, like, peppy and shit. And then it just, like, ruins it.
That was so weird. It's just, I don't know. But yeah, that's all I remember from B2 concert. Which is a lot, because B2 medley was, like, the greatest thing
Yeah,
ever.
it is. I think if I have to rank all the shows I saw, like, okay, like, excluding the final, just the three teams of the ones that I've seen, I would probably put B2 first. Just because of the medley.
Yeah, I could see that. I would say yeah, but like I only went to B2 because people like me live on an island and can only go to the one that's on the western part of the country.
It's not even western. Yeah, it's like a Kyushu.
Yeah. Okay, then. Oh, where are we now?
Final.
How much time have we used? We are at the 42-minute mark, so we go to the final. 3 days ago was the concert. 3 and 2 days ago, there were 3 concerts in Osaka. I went to the Aika concert, the Aika graduation concert. That was actually a stroke of luck too, because Andy was like, "Hey, can you use your fan club membership to get me tickets for the 2 in Osaka?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And then I was like, "Oh, I think I'm gonna be in Osaka that week." And then I knew my friend RJ was going. I was like, "Hey, you want to go to a concert?" He's like, "Oh yeah, sure, let's go." So like I applied for that ticket for all 3 days. I lost one of the days, but like Annie ended up getting one that was like really close, so that was good. But so I won the concert tickets to the Aika graduation before it was even called the Aika graduation. So like, hey, look, I won. We're going, cool. And then it became the Aika graduation concert. And like when I first heard it was like the Aika graduation concert, I was just like, oh yeah, it's probably just gonna be like a normal set list. Maybe they'll give her like 1 or 2 songs.
Mm-hmm.
But it turns out they gave her like most of the entire set list had like some relation to her in one way or another. So like, God, what was the first song? Basically, like it'd be like, oh, her first time she ever performed was this song, or like first team she undered with was this song, or she also undered for this song. And that was like the first, because you know in the beginning each team did their own song, right?
Yeah.
So like she did something with each team. It's like, oh, when I first debuted for Seishun Girls, like, oh, I did Seishun Girls. That was like the first song as a part of a full member. So I think that was the first song. Yeah. And then for the set list, like all of those also had ties to Aika. It's like, oh, the first time she appeared in Senbatsu, the first time she did a Akashiro song, the first time she did a team song. Yeah, she did like Zipper because when she undered for Zipper, that was like a big deal. She didn't do Yume no Dead Body, but like they also put like, you know, the snow song, whatever it's called. All the songs in the first part of the set list were like all related to Aika, and she performed in like every other song. I was like, wow, that's really a lot for her. Like, I didn't know that. Like, I didn't know they would do something like that, especially for someone of her caliber who's like mid tier at best.
Yeah.
Like it's more effort than and like thoughtfulness put into the songs than you'd expect for someone who's not like super popular.
Yeah, and they put her like as either if not center, then like close to center. And they gave her like solos. They gave her or not solos, but like duets, right? So she sang Tomodachi with Rachel. She did acoustic duet with Sayaka, the 365 Nichi Kami Hikoki. Like they had to do it. It was like really good. I was just like, oh man.
So many feels, Joe.
Not only was it feels, but she also did really well because she sang like live for a lot of the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
was like, wow, like she's also really talented. I was like, man.
And she's graduating. Damn it.
Yeah. So that was, like the entire like middle half of the set list was like dedicated to her. Each song had some significance to her, and it's like one thing that also like hit me was that like this is like totally fan servicey, right? Like no one else but like Aika fans would know this.
Right.
Like no one would know like, oh, Aika's first Akashiro was like this song, so that's why they did it. Like no one would know that.
Yeah, no one. Except like Aika
No.
fans.
Yeah, no one except Aika fans would know it. So it's just like, wow, they really did a lot for her. So we got one encore, and then she came out, and then she actually like told like she's actually really bad at talking. Like it's I'm used to that. But like her first speech after the encore, she was talking about how, like how she was involved in the entertainment industry like since the beginning. Like I've posted like commercials of her, like when she was like 6 or whatever, or like doing street performances with her school. But she also talked about how she applied for the 3rd generation audition and she actually didn't make it.
Oh.
So she got in the 4th generation audition, but then she was really worried because all the teams were full. And so finally she gets promoted really early. So like she has all these bonds with the 4th gen, and they're all like broken because she got promoted within like I don't know, like a month or two. To like to old team N, which was packed with talent. And then that's also when they began like the Kenkyusei push, so like 4th gen got like pushed really hard. So like she kept missing out on all these things.
Oh, yeah. Because you got put into Team N and then...
Yeah. So like she talked about all that, and I was just like, man, that sucks. Yeah. Anyway, so we got a double encore. One of the things that like I think she wanted to like leave a mark, so like Rosh Kunai, when like they're doing the thing where they hop on one foot and they have their hands over their head and they're like waving it.
Yeah.
So ever since then, like she's like, oh, I want everybody to like wave their glow sticks in the air, like similar to that. So like some people were doing it at the other concert, but yeah. But like yeah, as an Aika fan, that concert was like really good to me. So
Did you cry?
it makes me sad.
Did you cry?
I didn't cry. I cried. I got more emotional for like everybody else's stuff. I think it's because like everybody like for Ume-chan's, right? Like everybody cried for Ume-chan, whereas for like Aika, the only person that looked emotional was Rachel.
Oh.
And it was funny because like so they did a duet, Rachel and Aika. They did Tomodachi. And so after the first block, they did a bunch of MC, or they did an MC, and then like they're like, oh yeah, we did this, and then they're like, and then like Rachel's like, oh yeah, I did Tomodachi with Aika, and then like Nagisa's like, are you really friends with Aika?
Oh god.
And she's like, yeah. It's like, don't you remember like when we started, we were like Ray I, like the duo, and people, and she's like, does anyone else remember that? And everyone just like, And so there's like this joke about how like they're not even good friends. And I think she was like the only one to like that kind of cried like during the performance of Tomodachi. But other than that, like everybody seemed pretty strong. Unlike Ume-chan's, and you see Shu and you're just like, oh no. Anyway, that was a good concert. I really enjoyed it, and because of that, I'm trying to apply for a grad show because originally I was just like, yeah, I thought her grad show was already passed or whatever. But I'll apply for that. I already lost Empo. Now I have to hope that I get the fan club one.
Well, maybe like it's like the thought put into her graduation concert at this tour is like kind of like a carrot. It's like, hey girls, even if you're not too popular, you can still have an awesome graduation concert.
Well,
no, I think somebody, me and Ryan were like speculating that somebody really liked Aika in order to pull all that off.
Oh, okay.
Because there are girls like Ripopo or Kanakichi or
Right,
Ri-chan that didn't get like that amount of service.
I guess that would make it would be a lot simpler that way.
Yeah.
There's just one person that really, really likes her.
All right, now we're almost down to like the last 2 concerts. All right,
so let's talk about
2 days ago.
Let's talk about the new one that Julia actually seen.
Yeah.
Wow, now you can get in this conversation.
Oh yeah, my time to shine.
Alright.
Well, first of all, you didn't even get the cool part. Like DJ Lemon came out.
Oh,
You didn't get
yeah.
DJ Lemon.
Yeah, that wasn't even in the stream.
You didn't get Perfect Lemon.
I did not.
So like I think perfect like the performance they did at the live was way better than the YouTube one.
Yeah, I only saw the YouTube one.
Yeah, I think it's way better. I don't know about Joe. I think it's way better than the YouTube one.
Oh yeah, for sure. First of all, like to anybody that doesn't know, there's a song called "Perfect Human" by Oriental Radio or Oriraji, and it was just like it was actually like born from the Rasen Gorerai and the what was the other one, the Danson, right? Because all of a sudden
Danson.
these comedy routines with like music are getting really popular. So like Oriraji came up with this "Perfect Human" one, and it's just like a regular song, but it's just like really funny. It has its own dance and everything. So you should check that out, like Perfect Human if you haven't, from Oriental Radio or Oriraji or whatever. And so they did this parody before the concert called Perfect Lemon with DJ Lemon, so she like answered some questions and stuff. And then she did songs, and one of them was Perfect Lemon, so she brought out Yamarina, and then like they were performing it, and then in the middle like all these back dancers come in, and Cameron was one of them.
Yeah, so
Momoko was one of them. And she was the only
Oh
girl
my-
too, and everyone was like, "Oh, you're the only girl in the back dancers, and you look perfectly normal." Who else was there?
well, the other two, I think they're just like random staff or something.
Yeah. So
To
that
fill in
was
the
that was
ranks.
hilarious. I was like so hyped.
Yeah, it was really good. I liked it a lot better than the YouTube one because you know in the YouTube one they had like the original soundtrack. Like it was just like just
Yeah.
like Yamarina rapping on top of the music
Oh,
of
yeah,
the
yeah.
original track, so you hear like these. You don't really hear what she's rapping because you can also hear the original in the background.
Right.
Whereas in the one in the live, she did like everything just by herself. Like there was no soundtrack in the back. It's just like everything was full, and I think it was really really nice.
Yeah.
Oh man, Joe got so hyped that man. He was like the one of the person who got so like he was probably more hyped than like the most of the people there.
It was really funny. I liked it. Also, I liked the original song because was it that day? No, the day before. We after the Aika concert, we all had yakiniku, and then some of us went karaoke, and I sang that song. And so I was like, oh yeah, okay. And then I go to the noon concert. It's like, and now we're gonna do Perfect Lemon. I'm like, what the hell? I know this song. Anyway, so there's that. Now we can talk about something that Julia's seen.
Yeah, awesome.
Go ahead, lead the conversation.
Oh shit. Right. Well, they opened with like the 3 team songs that they did, like Ha, right, with the live band. And I always like seeing live band. I will agree with what Andy said before about like, yeah, it's cool that they do that, and I like that they do the band, but like in terms of the quality of it compared to what you usually go see at a concert for like other musicians, it's like not great.
Okay, well here's the thing, right? Like when a rapper comes and he has a live band, you're not like, oh damn, that live band is incredible. You're just like, I like the presence of it, of live musical instruments. That's how I see it. Not like, oh my god, they're so talented, but like, yo, dude, I like live music. It's great.
Right. But yeah, I like watching them with instruments. Like I like seeing Keiichi play the drums, and I think Natsu is on the piano. So I thought that was nice. I don't really remember what happened after that. And they did like some intros.
This is your time
Right.
to shine.
I'm sorry, gosh.
They
so
didn't
much
do their
pressure.
intros because there were so many members.
Yeah, they didn't do intro.
No, I mean like sorry, it was like the the coupling
Couples MC.
intro, yeah, during the MC.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
the
they had
top
like
8 pairs.
yeah, so there was like Nagishu and Fumiru and Sayamuki, and then what was the name? Yuriri? I don't
It's
remember.
Ridipon and Yuri. I don't know if they have a combined.
Yuri Dipon.
I think it's Yuri.
Yuri Dipon.
Oh, Yuri.
Yuri Dipon.
Yuri.
Yuri Dipon.
Okay.
I'm not even feeling that pair. Like that seems kind of constructed.
It is constructed, like they airdropped Didipon and now they're pushing Yuri and they're like, okay, you guys have to be pairs.
Should have been Aika.
Make it work,
Make it
guys.
work.
That's why they did Hata no Doksenken for like the first day.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I liked what during the MC when they're doing their intros, or they're doing like that. Each pair is like doing a little, like, I don't know, it's not even like a call or anything, but they just like say their name. So then like Yuri Ripon is like kind of look awkward because they're still starting out, and then Nagishu's like super energetic, and then Fumiru just like totally f's it up. Yeah.
You
And then like
told me to
Sam
say
Milk is
this,
like
but you
tired.
didn't even say it yourself.
Yeah.
What was it, like Chupon or something?
No, they're gonna say oh, I don't remember something about chew, like a kiss, and then I think like Miru said something like pero or something like that.
Yeah, she said pero, and then I think Fu was saying like. So,
It was really messed up.
Sure.
It was horrible.
yeah, but then they like totally screwed it up, and then like everyone's just like laughing at them. But I think was it Timian was saying that, or Timmy, saying that's like sums up their relationship so well.
I don't read anything that guy says. So
Oh, okay. He just commented because
I muted him. He's too negative.
Oh, I see.
Too much negativity.
Yeah. I liked that Keiichi and Renapyeon did Heart no Doku Senken.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah. I mostly like the ending part where they're like about to walk off, and then like Keiichi's like
Is this harassing her?
basically like manhandling her. Yeah. And she's
like, okay, seriously,
wait a
stop.
second. Hold up. Yeah. Personal space. Yeah.
Oh.
So that was like I think one of the best parts of that concert.
The best part of that concert.
It was just like that one part
Yeah.
where
Well, obviously, you
Keiichi's
haven't
like
seen
bothering
the
Renapyeon.
B2 medley yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one. I only saw the first show from that day. Let's see. Did you guys go to that? No, you guys went to both those performances,
Yeah.
right?
I went to all three.
Right.
What happened to me? I was supposed to quit.
What did you?
Look at you now.
How did you feel about Sam Muriki doing their little couple thing? You know how you were saying how all the couples did their little thing, and when Sam Muriki did it, how did you feel about that one?
I mean, it's like I feel they just did it because they had to, not because.
Yeah, I know.
they
Like when I
doing
watched
that.
it, like I mean, it's like the gaining thing. It was really cool, right? Like Sam Muriki this, you know.
Yeah, like it's all nostalgic, you know.
Yeah, but like at the same time, they do it like kind of like, oh, like, do we really have to do this? Like
Yeah.
they did it kind of like that, and I was kind of like, oh yeah, the ship has sunk, you know.
You could tell on their face, like
It's just like, oh, we're
low
at here again.
tension. Yeah, it's like okay, we'll do it because you guys really want us to do it, but not because
we have to be
actually
here
want
for all you stupid shippers.
Gotta keep it alive.
And they did the pointing thing, right?
What pointing?
They pointed who would,
Oh,
if they
yeah,
could
yeah, yeah.
switch
Oh yeah.
pairs, who would they switch it with? Like if they have to, they can switch up the pairs. Like
Yeah.
the partners.
Yeah.
And like you know, Saka and Yuri obviously pointed to each other, and I was like, oh yeah, this is a pair that they actually kind of likes each other.
I think
then-
those were they the only two that picked each
Yeah.
other. Yeah.
I think Fu and Miru both picked Milky.
Yeah. But then like Miriki picked
Nagiche. She
Yeah,
picked
I think so.
Nagisa.
I don't remember.
And then she was
Yeah,
like,
she
no
picked
one picked
Nagisa.
me.
Yeah.
I'm so angry.
Okay, continue.
Yeah. Let's see.
Unit songs.
Yeah.
I honestly, the only unit song I remember is Uka doing Zipper. I was like, what god did I pray to deserve this?
It was Huka Center too.
I think there was a song there that I really liked where Umi-chan was performing with all the draft members.
Yamaiko.
Oh, I remember that.
Yamaiko.
Yeah.
But
I thought that was really cute.
I thought that was Ume-chan's concert and not the.
No,
No,
this is the
that
one
was the
before.
first
The morning
This is
concert?
the first one.
I thought it was
Yeah, it's
cute,
the
but
first day.
also weird. I was like, what?
I thought it was cute because, like, you know, she's so much older, and then, like, all these youngins are around her. They're all dancing together. She's, like, guiding them. It felt like almost, at least to me, when I was
And they made like a mountain at the end, right?
Yeah, they did. They're like, and she's at the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought that was sweet.
Go on. This is your time to shine.
God. I'm like just literally going back to my Twitter feed and seeing
You
what
have a lot of easy stuff, especially from the morning concert. There's so much that went on.
You can
I'm
talk
sorry,
about.
like I don't understand most of the shit that's going
You can talk
on
about those
How about-
solos.
in the concert.
How about like Yuri's unit song?
Oh yeah.
Not yet, man. Take your time.
No, but that was like towards the
Yeah,
end.
so you can talk about the solos, like Miruru and Fuchan. They all did their solo. The Milky did her solo
God.
too. Shut up. Let her talk.
Oh, I was kind of, I didn't really like him that much.
Hey,
I'll be
okay.
honest.
Okay, I don't really like Miru, but I thought she did really well.
Oh,
I really liked her solo.
yeah, like I mean, Mushino Bao, like Miru's Mushino Bao is good. Like, but I also told Ryan I've already seen it before. I think she did it in. I can't remember. I think she did it in AKB theater once, and I watched it before, and I was like, oh, she's actually really good. Like, she actually does it really good, much better than Nagi does. Like, then Fuchan came out with Hatogata Virus.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
I didn't like that one.
Yeah.
I didn't like that one.
Do you guys like the
It was
song though?
Really.
Like,
The song's alright. Like I've heard it so many times.
of course, like it's so
I'm
overly
so
used.
Like when Kenkyusei did their stage, I remember watching that. It was like Yamarina and then like the deer lady, what was her name? Mizuki Uno Mizuki? And then Maichi. See, I remember that. It's not the song's fault.
Yeah.
Her singing was just awful.
It's also because she was moving around too. Like she was actually.
I mean, like it's all. Like people were saying, like, oh, she's already bad at singing. I'm just like, okay, fine. She's bad at singing. Now they make her move her around. It's even worse.
Make it even harder. Is that song usually performed with a tambourine?
Yes.
Yeah. Usually there's three people, and then they like.
Usually.
Yeah,
usually. Because Haru, like AKB Haru, like Koji Haru, she does it like all the fucking like she does it like every time.
Right.
It's like a go-to song.
Staple.
Yeah.
Like one of the things that was supposed to stand out was that she used Kansai bend for like
the talking part.
For the speaking part, yeah. But I was just like,
Not impressed.
I wasn't very impressed with the outfit either. The outfit was very mediocre. Anyway.
Alright, go on.
Oh, now we get to talk about the Yuri's song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's it called? Niji no Tsukurigata or whatever. Yeah.
Yes.
Tsurikata. Yeah. I liked it.
Not kata, but kata.
I'm still working on the Japanese guys. I'm sorry.
Don't worry. Don't worry, I'm really bad. I failed my anime twice.
Yeah, so I forget who's in that song. It's Koko-chan, Nagishu, Yuri, and then what? Who else?
Riripon.
Oh yeah, Riripon. But yeah, I really like that song. I think it's like kind of an upbeat, energetic type song I really like.
Yeah.
And I think Yuri seems like a pretty solid center. I think she did really well. At least like in that one performance. So hopefully she can keep it up.
Yeah, I think that like I felt like there was a lot of Yuri support in the crowd that day.
Oh yeah.
Like I feel like she's about to like she's about to start something crazy.
Yeah.
She's about to hit critical mass.
Yeah, just like that one time when Miru hit critical mass. Like you like right before you're like something's gonna happen. Yeah. Something's gonna be nuts. Yeah. I feel like that's just right. That's gonna happen with Yuri like right now.
Yeah, I feel that too.
I like the song.
I think it's like good. I like getting pushed.
Oh, what was that?
I think it's good that they're like starting to push her, like since it's kind of reaching this point.
Yeah, I was gonna say I like the song. I like the fact that we're only 5 people because it's easier to concentrate on 5 people.
Right.
Well, I thought one thing that I thought was funny is they're like, oh, let's interview people like what they think. And it's like, oh, let's talk to Coco-chan. And she's like, oh, yeah, I'm really happy that like, there's the 4 like next generation like NMB people, and then there's me. And I was like,
oh yeah, I remember that.
I was like, oh yeah, great. Then,
it's nice to be included in this group.
In the G Sedai, it's like G Sedai, 4人の G Sedai と私が含めて. I was like, that's great. And I forgot what I think it was Nagisa's like. Yeah, don't sleep on Coco-chan. Like, she's actually like really creepy. She's like, what the hell?
God.
Yeah. So I really like that song. I thought it was good, especially like it was also the first time we were hearing it. There's like a lot of hype sections too.
Yeah, the thing was, it's really cool considering it's the first time. Like everybody knew exactly how to mix with the song. It's just like how easy that song is in terms of getting the crowd hyped up. Like everybody just knew like exactly when to where to say what, and like that was like the first time we ever seen it. And what else? Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
But you guys don't think it's like predictable that you know exactly where to mix it, do your chance.
Well, I mean, like
even though you've never heard it before.
most idol songs are kind of like that. Like there are certain idol songs like less mixing, and then there's ones like Gogo Ibiza and like Durian Shonen, which is just like they already have part of like the song that like basically already teaching you how to mix it. Like for this song, like this one part, like if you hear in the background, there's actually like little like girls going hey hey, like so like you already kind of know what to say, like for the first time you just hear that you're like, okay, they want us to do hey here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also I really like this song because like everybody's part seems to be quite even. Like in the beginning, in the beginning is in the distribution. Like in the beginning it's just like, okay, like we have Yuri doing like a solo, then they moved it to like who, then they went to like say like Shu, then it went to Nagisa, then went to Lilipon, and then goes to Koko-chan. So like everybody has like a significant solo part. It wasn't like all like it's just like Yuri's solo, then the rest of the girls sing after her.
Oh, that's true.
It was really good. It was just like one, 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 one. So the calls were really, really easy.
Yeah.
Mm.
So it didn't feel like this unit is only for Yuri. I feel like this unit, if this unit felt like it was kind of fair for everyone.
Right.
Which makes it that much better, I think.
Yeah. Not only is it fair, but it's also like they said, Jisedai or like the next big star. So
yeah,
it's good that everybody has a chance. But we'll see who's gonna run away with it.
Runaway Chan.
No, she just runs away, not runs away with something. All right. Well, we're now at an hour and 7. So we should probably hurry stuff up. So, all right. Next is this new single. Was it Amagami no Hime?
Amagami Hime.
Amagami Hime.
And the video was actually released yesterday, but we saw the live debut. Impressions.
So
I like the dresses.
Yeah, I like the dresses too, but like apparently a lot of people on stage they don't like the dresses, which is kind of weird.
You mean stage like stage 48? Yeah. Okay, not like the girls were like, oh, I don't like this dress.
No, like stage 48, like people. Like I saw some comments, I kind of scrolled through them, like a lot of people had a problem with like this dress. I don't know why.
Well, it's probably just one dress in like the entire video because like. Usually they have some sort of change or different costumes, but I like it because it's not too crazy or like outlandish. It's like looks pretty normal, but still like nice.
Well,
I think.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say like then it's not too distracting from like the dancer, the performance, and I think like the ways that the dress is made is like nice and flowy, so it like makes the dancing look nicer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say that since we saw it on stage and we were pretty close, I was just like, everybody looks really good in this simple dress. Like, why does everybody look good? I hate it. Everybody is so pretty. I don't understand.
This is unfair.
Yeah.
Why does everyone look so good?
This is unfair. Why is life so unfair? Why does everybody look so pretty? Everybody looked really good in the dress. I remember that. I remember first hearing the song that I didn't really like it compared to Niji no Tsukurikata. I was also like, at the time I was just like kind of moved because it was also Appon's first senbatsu. And she's always been talking about wanting to break into senbatsu, and I was like, oh, she finally made it. Oh.
Good for her. I'm happy for her.
So I remember she did an MC with Lemon.
Yeah.
Other than that, like I wasn't too keen on the single. Like afterwards, I was telling Andy, I was like, don't you think there's something else that the single's missing? Like, don't you feel like they're gonna do something else? And he's like, no, that's it. I was like, oh, okay.
Cause like, yeah, I agree with you. Like when I heard it, like, I really like the choreography. Like, it's really elegant. But like, the song itself, like, it wasn't very memorable. Like, after the first time hearing it, like after we went out to live, I was talking with Joe. We were like, at that point, I already kind of forgot how this song sound. Yeah, like I can't remember like I couldn't even remember like the melody of the song. Like, so it was just it wasn't very memorable at all. And even now, like I watched the PV, like the MV, like a few times now, actually, like yesterday, because like I was just looking, and now like if you ask me, I don't really remember. Like,
yeah, I don't know either.
Everything was just,
it's like pretty standard, like in terms of how the song is, like how these AKB or NMB songs go. I was kind of hoping that they would go for something a little bit more different, kind of like how they did with like Must Be Now. It was, you know, really different compared to what's usually done, and it's kind of not that I think it's terrible or like bad. It's just like I was hoping they would go in a slightly more different direction.
It's funny that you say that because like I think of like Takane no Ringo, like that has nothing like distinctive about it. It's very it's very like straight by the book, but I really like that song, especially when they do it live.
I think that song is pretty good though.
Sometimes it's okay.
Yeah.
Like it's very memorable. Like I think it's really memorable.
Yeah, like when I first saw it, I was just like, and even because like the shuffle happened shortly after that song was released, like I was like, oh man, this single is just gonna get like, just gonna wash away because of the timing and everything. But like it turns out, like every time they do that song at a concert, I was like, I really like this song. Like I really like the choreography. I really like how everybody has like their time in the sun and like, yeah. But for all intents and purposes, it is like a very straightforward, normal single. Like there's nothing special about it.
Maybe it needs time to grow on us.
Maybe. I mean,
just need to play it on repeat.
I don't know. There's also all those biting overtones that like I'm not sure I'm particularly a fan of.
It was funny because I was like after the show, I was asking like Joe, what's an amagami? like at first we were like, what the hell is an amagami? And I was asking Joe. Joe was like, what? What is it? Then we start like looking up on our phone, and it's like it says like play biting. We're like, what the hell is a play biting?
Like nipping? I imagine it's something like nipping.
It's like when like when you tell your pet like, oh, like bite or whatever, like bite my finger. Like he's not really biting your finger.
He's like playing with you. Yeah.
And then when we were waiting for the next concert to begin, he's like showing me like, oh, these are the album covers. I'm like, oh, it makes sense. And I remember somebody posting a link on Twitter. It's like all the Milky fans are bad or like feel terrible because she's the only one with a solo cover, and it looks like she's biting a man's hand.
She's biting a man's hand.
Yeah, that's why everyone's upset.
I think she actually replied to one of the tweets too. She's like, I don't know, I'm the only person. I don't know why I'm the only person with a biting a male's hand, but don't cry. Something like that.
It's just a cover, guys.
Don't cry.
And then they also announced for the team songs that each team will have different centers. Obviously for M, it's like, oh, we're gonna have new centers. Oh, who's it gonna be? Fumiru. Oh.
Oh, damn it.
Alright, well, we expected that. And B2 is Nagishu and is Riripon Yuri, so... Actually, that's not very exciting at all.
Yeah.
It was somewhat predictable.
Yeah, we also did not get a Milky graduation announcement. That was really surprising to me. Because the only time that they would be able to do it would be the morning show. Or the noon show,
right, yeah. I really thought she would announce it, but we'll have to see if that happens.
I think it's just like
maybe she's not.
I think the media is just too on it, and now like they're kind of just like okay, we gotta like calm, like pull back a little bit, you know.
Yeah, because one of the newspapers had like a full page spread that's like Mibiki Sotiyo.
Yeah. And
like all she really said was that 1755, and it's like, are you gonna go? Like. I was thinking about applying for handshake tickets. He's like, I'm probably not gonna be there.
Yeah.
And then the newspaper was like, Sotigo. It's like, wow, all right, you gotta move fast.
That's assuming a lot. Maybe she's busy that day. She's got other shit to do.
She's trolling.
And then after the first concert ended, it was like 4:30 or whatever.
Yeah.
and the next concert the doors open at 5. So like we literally walked out the door and went back in line.
Yeah, because we had a really good number, so we had to line up like early in line.
Line up
Otherwise,
early.
like we just lose our seat. So we literally just walked out and went right back in line.
And
Seems inefficient.
it's funny because like we were talking to Ryan for a little bit because his tickets were back, but he's like, yeah, for the noon concert, like there were all these like people that like really packed me in, so I couldn't even lift my arms. And so Andy was like, all right, dude, so for this concert, like make sure you make space, right? Just like have a big presence, like put your elbows out so that people won't go in there. I'm like, all right. And so they're calling the numbers to go in the venue, and it's like, all right, like we were 220, I think.
Yeah.
And so like the crowd was starting to move forward at 150, and I was like, oh, like they're gonna call our number really quick, and I was like, oh, Andy said to make space, right? So I just like I pretended I'm big and I just like bust through it. I think I knocked over something.
Yeah. he
jeez.
just bulldozed like a bunch of bulldoze.
I was like, oh,
And it was
God.
really easy for me because I was right behind him, so I just kind of just followed.
He said make space. He said make space. I made space. Yeah. And
I was
then-
imagining like, you know, you doing it like in physical education, you put your arms out, make sure you don't swing your torso around to make sure you're not hitting anybody.
That's what I told him to do.
Yeah. And then somehow in the concert, like I started next to Andy, and then when the concert was ended, I was behind and to the left of Andy.
Yeah,
Oh,
and I
jeez.
turned around and I was like, hey, how did you get behind me?
I was like, I don't know, but the view got a lot better. And then, all right, finally, the home stretch. We met Chan's concert. Like in the beginning, they played a video, or they had DJ Lemon, right? No, they didn't. Okay, yeah. In the beginning, they played a video, and I was like, of Ume Chan announcing her graduation. And I thought it was gonna be like the Aika concert. Like they were gonna have a bunch of songs that were related to her, even if it wasn't necessarily like NMB songs. I thought they were gonna be, you know, maybe they'd bring out diva songs and they'd do performances with that or something. But no, the set list was like pretty fairly standard. Like there were some Team K songs, the Team K songs that they performed as part of NMB's stage. Yeah. I don't think the one thing that I thought was really funny was Konomin's impersonation of Ume-chan. That was really good. I don't even know if it sounded like her, but like it sounded like how we all perceived her to sound, I guess.
So they were like, they were all like pretending like Konomin was Ume-chan and asking her for advice, and Konomin will like respond them in a way that Ume-chan would have responded.
Yeah.
I see.
I thought it was funny. I really liked it. What else is there? Set list was fairly standard. The one thing that got to me is like when Shu started crying. I was just like, oh man, I almost lost it there.
Yeah, she
I felt a single tear in my eye. But like, yeah, cause like,
You sucked it back up.
well, I sure did suck. But no, cause she's like the way she treats Ume-chan is like always bullying her and like
Right.
and stuff. And then like now like you could tell like she's like really crying and like really emotional, and I was just like, you know, it's out of character for her, and so like it really
Right.
got to me.
Because she's like the Kusogaki and then
Yeah,
just
yeah.
being all sentimental.
Oh god, what else happened in that concert that I can't really remember that much.
Peak.
Peak. Oh yeah, Peak. But we didn't get the actual Peak roster, right?
What do you mean? Like, we got a pretty good
Well,
one. Like, I mean, like if you're
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about the original Peak, there's gonna be Yamada Nana and stuff like that, you know?
She was in it?
Peak? I think so.
Yeah.
Or was that? Or
I
was that
remember
an
seeing
M?
there-
Is
there-
that an M Peak? I can't remember.
I remember there's a bunch of members that like they're not normally in Peak that were in Peak.
I know.
I remember that.
I didn't care. I was just happy I got to see Peak up close.
Oh yeah. Because we did have really good spots.
Yeah. And I mean, the funny thing is that like, I went to so many of the live houses, but like like every time I'm not there, they perform Peak. So like every time I'm there, they didn't perform Peak, and I'm like, oh, Peak, and they never perform it. So I was really happy like that they perform. I was actually surprised they performed Peak at the final. So
Well, Ume-chan's in Peak. So
I know, but I was a little bit surprised. You know, Peak, I don't know.
The stars finally aligned for you, Andy.
Yes, That was funny too because like right after we finished, Ryan was saying like, "Oh yeah, like when they perform Peak, I was like looking for you, like yes, Andy's finally." And then I turn on my like I have my Twitter on, like I open my Twitter app, and then it was like, and you obviously like Craig, Snowman. It was just like, "Oh, Andy finally be able to see Peak," and everybody's jumping on the same boat. It was kind of...
Didn't we get Peak in 5th?
Yeah, but it was not up close. That's different.
Yeah. I really like.
No, I don't think. No, I don't think they did Peak at 5th. They did Peak at Request Hour.
I remember I was with you for one of the Peaks. I think
Request Hour, I think.
Okay.
Maybe.
No, but I wasn't there because Peak was pretty high at Request Hour.
Okay.
And
Okay, I guess
first day
it's
tickets.
Anyway, what else?
What else is in that concert? Oh yeah, one thing I thought was funny is like in the beginning, I was like thinking about it. I was like, oh yeah, Ume-chan's in B2. I was like, man, it sucks that we're not gonna see the B2 medley again. And you're like, they might do it. I'm like, they're not gonna do it. It's Ume-chan's day. And then they did it. I was like, yes, this is the best. I love it. So everybody who's listening to this, please check it out because it's the greatest thing. Since
that's the one thing to recommend from this podcast. It's just go watch the B2 medley.
It's like I really like it. I just there's so much about it that that really gets to me. Like it's originally it's produced by Coleman, right? Like somebody sat down and was like, hey Coleman, like make it good. It was like, okay. So she did all the choreography. She did a lot of the choreography for the songs, the actual songs too. I think she's been handling the choreography for the TNB songs for the B2 songs for a long time actually.
Maybe, I don't know.
I think so, yeah. For some of the the teen songs that they've done in the past, like past couple singles.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I also like it's nonstop. I also like the fact that that they do remixes because like the remixes make it like really unique to the concert too. Anyway, I've already spent like 20-30 minutes talking about that.
It's just that good, guys.
So like during the Ume-chan concert, she pretty much like was in every song, almost. There were some songs she wasn't in, but like almost every song she was in. So that was kind of cool. Let's talk about the Kami Hikoki at the end of every single live house.
Oh my God. I hated that so much.
Explain.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Okay, so like...
Yeah, why?
Obviously, Samgaku Rokujugo Nichi Kami Hikoki is like the AKB song at the moment. Like, people are like, oh, I can't believe, like, whatever. It's like, oh, it's just a B-side, so it's not that important. It is the most popular AKB song at the moment. Let's get that straight, like, right now. It is, like, you go to karaoke and you go to the ranking, it's always up there. I don't even know what single, like, that song was on.
That was on...
It's like a Takamina song.
B,
I don't
B
even know
might
what the
be.
name of that is.
Kuchibiru.
That single, or that song, the Kami Hikoki song, is easily the most popular. And at the concerts, right, at the live house, like they would play the song, and then at the end, like they would let Paper Airplanes go, except for the Aika concert because they did a solo version or they did an acoustic one. So the airplanes went down, but not during the song. Anyway, so like at the end, they would release all these Paper Airplanes, and they would go flying like throughout the arena, and then like or the concert venue, and then like people would like try and catch it. Well, I really hated it because like. Once the airplanes were released, like all of a sudden the focus is not on who's performing. All of a sudden it's like, oh, I gotta get an airplane, right?
It takes away from the performance.
Yeah, and not only that, but like, people would get really violent over trying to get the airplane. I was just like, whoa. Like if like, like, oh, I'll just, try and reach up and catch it. No, that's fine. Some people would like shove you and like knock away your hands and stuff when you try to reach for one. Wilson went with us to the Ume-chan concert, and he actually got like an airplane, right? But the guy in front of him was just like this really tall, like salty guy, and he got really mad that like Wilson got it. So like when Wilson grabbed it, the tall guy just grabbed it and like ripped it in half.
What?
And so he has like half of a Maichi airplane.
It's a Maichi airplane. It's a Maichi airplane.
And like Wilson doesn't even know the group that well, and he's like,
right.
But he's like, oh, at least I can read the name. It's Maichi. Who's Maichi? And I'm like, oh, I know her. But it's just like, man, it was I didn't like it.
Specifically, also it was during the final. The final the crowd was really like hyped. Like everyone was loud. It was good. But then at the same time, there's a lot of yakais. Like, so yakais are people who like causes trouble, and you know right away which ones are the yakais. Like the yakais are people like they just don't care about like the people around them, like they're like so into the thing, like they don't care if they bother, like they don't care if they jump and like hit people. They don't care if they jump over people just to catch the airplane. Those are the people that we
Or
call.
if they ruin like the concert for other people.
Well, they don't think they're ruined. They think they're just being part of it, but like they do everything so extreme. It's
Yeah.
actually bothering everyone
Yeah,
around them.
Yeah, they're very violent is a way to put it.
Yeah, so there was a lot of those yakai people at the final. So hence during that kamihikoki thing, like the paper airplane, like it was extra crazy. Like people were jumping like I went to many, like they do it at the end of almost every show. So like the other ones I went to, like it was a lot more chill. Like yeah, people kind of like they reach for it, but like they don't like go to that extra distance to try to like reach something they can't reach. Yeah, they
Right.
just kind of like lift up their hands and like try to catch it, but like they wouldn't.
If you happen to
Yeah,
get it,
they
you
wouldn't
happen to
like
get
jump
it.
across people and try to get it. So we're in this one, like it was like really crazy. Like Joe said, he saw me actually about to catch one. Like he said it went through like my fingers or something like that, and some guy just like knocked it away.
Yeah, it was really bad. I don't like it.
Yeah, I really don't like it. At first, I thought it was okay. Like the first few shows I went to, like because everyone was kind of calm, so it was not too bad. It was just kind of like a fan service thing. But like that last two, like, and I was telling Joe that the thing was, even the last two, when I stopped caring for the airplane, it was really distracting. Like, first of all, you don't want to get hit by that. Like, there's just all these airplanes flying around. You don't want to hit them. You don't want to have them like hit you in the eye or anything like that. So you're kind of like distracted.
Flinch.
And then when people are jumping around, you're even more distracted by them. So like, I tried really hard to look at the stage when the thing was going on, but it was really hard. Cause like I'm constantly like, oh, do I dodge this? Do I like, oh, this guy's jumping, maybe I should get away from him. And it was overall, I think it was kind of bad. Like the girls probably noticed too. Like the moment the airplane comes on, no one looks at them anyway. So
Right.
It's also a really like gentle, soft like ballad. They played it.
Yeah.
People were going crazy.
They played it like at my graduations when like the kids would leave, like because everybody like brings these like flower things, and then the kids like or the students would like leave the school, to like the bus stop or whatever, and then like all the other students would be there and be like yeah, and then they get all crying and everyone hugs and stuff. And they would play the like Kami Koki then, and I'm like thinking about that. I'm just like man, and then like all these violent fans that just want an airplane of like some member they probably don't even know. It's pretty bad.
It's like the airplanes are released and suddenly it turns into like a mosh pit.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it sounds like.
You can't ignore it either, because it's like you will get shoved if it even comes close to you.
And it will come closer.
Jeez.
I thought one thing that was funny is at the Umechan concert, like I think one of the doors malfunctioned because like when they were doing the encore, like another set of like airplanes came out.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then finally the last thing I remember about this, I just remember like they were asking everybody's impressions of like the concert, like of Umechan's concert.
Yeah.
And I remember they go like first of all there's Rurika, and like I forgot like she was trying to say like something like really deep, but like she kept like pausing, so it was like really funny. But she was like actually like really sad because she was like, oh, like after the team tour and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it's really hard to keep up with like the old Team N or like the new Team N members because they're all really good and like I suck. But like she said it in a way that was like really funny because she was like always pause and like stare at us like really weird.
But I kind of felt bad because it was like you could hear people laughing, but like you could tell she was being like dead serious. So I was kind of like,
Right.
oh man, like this is kind of awkward, like people are laughing at her, but like she's actually dead serious.
Yeah, that's how I felt about Nagisa's piano. Like it was
That's why
funny
she
at
cried.
first. She's like, oh yeah.
Poor girl.
And then
I think like sometimes when people are uncomfortable, they laugh to break the tension because they don't know what else to do.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
And then the other thing was that, like, I remember they're like, oh, let's ask Emichi, like, what she thinks. And she's like, oh, yeah, the concert was really good. We found, like, new things about people's personalities, whatever, all that standard stuff. And then she's like, also, I'm, like, really sad that, like, like Ume-chan's leaving, oh, and then she like starts to like fake cry, and then like I thought it was funny at first, and then like Ume-chan's like ha ha ha, like laugh more, like naite naite,
Like,
and then she like bursts into tears, just like oh my god.
because Ume-chan was telling her to cry more and more, and she actually cried.
Yeah, and I was just yeah, that really got to me too. I was like, oh man, like Emichi's crying, like I never see her cry. I only fake cry because it's funny. And then she actually cried. I'm just like, oh, my heart.
Trying so hard to keep up a brave face, and then
Yeah.
Well, throughout the whole thing,
Okay.
like Umi-chan was like really like unhappy. I think I that's the one thing I liked about it was like Umi-chan was like really happy throughout the whole concert.
Yeah, there's only one time where she got like really
Yeah.
emotional, and that was probably like after the first
Yeah.
encore, the first
Yeah.
speech.
But the rest of the time she was really like happy, and
Yeah.
that was the tone. And that's what made like when Shu and them like crying really sad was because like Umi-chan is happy, but like all these other girls are crying for her.
Yeah,
right.
yeah, that got to me. Got to me more than Aika's graduation.
And that Funashi thing was kind of Funashi came out again, so
What?
Funashi came out again.
Funashi.
No, but I mean, like, it's just like, what is he doing here? We're all trying to cry. Here comes Funashi.
Yeah.
It's like, read the mood, man. Get out.
Yeah, so Funashi
Oh.
came, obviously, you know, like everybody was going. He's spazzing out as usual.
Yeah.
And that is the end of our concert summaries. Any other thoughts that you'd like to share? Anybody?
Overall, I really like the fact that they did all those concerts within like pretty much a month. Like they started at end of February and they ended at end of March, and that was really cool. I like how like they cramped all that in like 1 month. So for me, it was like a really like intense month because I went to like many places and many concerts. Yeah.
Before the concert, before the Fukuoka concerts, like, I'm always like, I was on the fence over like, oh, should I quit or not? Because I don't really follow the group anymore. And then like, there's also the big thing, which is like, oh, being a fan, like, it's not easy to like share it with other people because then they're like, oh, you're one of those stinky.
I'll give you like a
whatever,
weird
right?
look.
So I've always been like debating on whether to quit or not. There's also the fact that, you know, DMM cars and touring and all that.
Oh, yes. So you said.
Well, I went to the concert and like I really liked it. And then even though like my ocean is graduating, like I still really like it. And it's like fun to be there. It's fun to like know things. It's fun to be part of the jokes. I went to the Momoko concert before going to the Aika graduation concert, so like last weekend. And like it's not the same. Like I don't know the group that well. Like I don't feel like I'm part of the fans. I don't know any of the chants. It's not the same as being an NMB fan.
Yeah.
So like after those concerts, I was just like, yeah, no, I really like NMB. I'm pretty sure I'll stick with it. I can't go to any other groups. It's just like I don't have the same feeling of being a fan. So like yeah, I think I'm gonna stay.
Cool.
Which is not something I expected. Like even after the Aika graduation, I was like, yeah, when Aika leaves, like I might leave. And even like after that first concert, after the two other concerts, I was like, you know, I like it here. Like I like the people, I like the music, I like the fans. It's great. Like I
Just
like
be
it.
more.
So I'm probably gonna stay.
Yeah, you just have to be more involved with the community. Like when you do, you feel like, oh yeah, this is that much more fun than following it all.
Not even that. Like just like our little group, right? Like we're not part of like the major community, but like we all have our like thoughts and like it's just cool when we all come together, you know? Like, I really like it.
Yeah, come on more.
Even if it's not like the Japanese fans, right?
Yeah.
I still like, you know, just us as American fans, or not American, as
Or
foreign fans.
non-Japanese
Right.
fans.
Jason and Ryan are Filipino, and he's Canadian. That's just in our little group. Like I really like it, so I'm not going to quit.
Congrats.
That's how I felt. That's how I felt like after all the concerts we've done. Especially like even after the first Fukuoka concert. Like even though that was bad, the second one was really good. I'm just like, yeah, you know what? I really like this group. Should I quit or not? Like, I don't know. It's just been going through my head. And then so after going to this set of concerts with some finale, I can say like, yeah, I'm still gonna be.
Okay.
So this podcast will live on for now.
Well, once you start saying some stuff, then
Okay,
it'll
great.
be fair and balanced.
So,
What are your thoughts? Any thoughts from you, Julia? Doesn't it make you want to come here?
It does. Like, I'd like to experience like the concert, like firsthand, at least once, just because I really like, the special stuff that they do, for the concerts compared to like the regular stages or performances. Like the Perfect Lemon and with like backup dancers and.
It's more than that, man. Like we watched the election last year.
Yeah.
And, like there was so much hype, even though it was just like us in our little Nama corner and like boy filming like, oh look at Nama corner, whatever. And like we weren't even there.
Right.
Like when you're there, it's just like there's just so much that's so cool. Yeah. If you want to, you should try and come out. You should try and come out.
I'm working on it. It's not gonna happen this year, but maybe next year.
The tickets are cheap, man. They're like $600.
I know, but I have to have like paid time off for
yeah.
vacation and because I have a job.
Well, when I had a job, I had like 2 weeks, 3 weeks vacation.
Yeah, but I'm using it for other stuff, so I can't.
Other stuff.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah, when I think about it, I've only used vacation to go to NMB concerts. And that one time I went home.
That one time. That shows where your priorities are, Joe.
Well, I did only go home one time. You were there.
Yeah, I know.
I went home.
We hung out once.
I made you pizza.
Yes. Yes.
And then you didn't even
your
give
pulled
us.
pork.
You didn't even give us the D&D game we wanted. I just want to do backflips off the wagon.
Next time.
Okay.
Yeah, next time.
Okay, that'll wrap it up for the show with a new name that we have yet to determine.
Yes. Management will have to clear that up. What will be approved for our next name.
Yeah. So that's it. I was gonna ask for final thoughts, but I just did.
Yeah, you did.
Alright, so let's just end it like right here. I am Osaka Joe.
I'm Julia.
And I'm our good friend Andy.
You're your own good friend. Alright, that's great. Cool. Alright. I hope you enjoyed this hour and a half long concert special broadcast. Not even a broadcast, podcast. Hope you enjoyed it. Take care, and we'll see you later.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye.
Jesus, that was long.